So I think I'm okay. My foot still kind of works.
Wanna go to the hospital?
No, it's fine. Well, good afternoon. It's track time. We are going to put the tracks on the Jeep. We already got the front tracks on there, but you're going to have to wait to see what those look like. And since I've never done this before, I figured I'd be the perfect person to teach you how to put tracks on. So let's get to it. All right, so first of all, we got to take the old tires off and we get them out of the way. And we have our American truck tracks. These are the XL version, which are a longer chassis on the bottom for even better flotation. And then something upgraded bogies. It has more of them in there. I forget. But what's going to happen when we put these on? First of all, it's going to raise the Jeep a whole lot. So it's going to be like putting a lift kit on the Jeep. Second thing that's going to happen is it's going to lower our gearing like by half, because that wheel is now basically our tire size. So the speed of the Jeep on the speedometer and how it drives and all that is basically going to act like we put much smaller tires on it. It won't have nearly the top speed, but it'll have a whole lot more low end and lower gearing, which is actually a very good thing when you're in the snow and when you're trying to turn these big old tracks. So it's going to lower the gearing a whole lot. Should help out a whole lot in the snow, especially when combined with all the lift that it's going to give it. And should just be a lot of fun. Okay, once we get the tire off, we bolt the spacers on. These are a 2-inch wheel spacer, and these are to get that big wide track out away from the inner tub of the Jeep, because as you can see, this curves in here, and on a normal tire that's always in the same spot other than a little bit up and down, that's fine. On these big old long tracks, as they go up and over uneven terrain, they're going to come up into this area. So you need a little more clearance in here than you would with a tire, so wheel spacers. Okay, now for the tricky part, which is putting the track on the hub. It's not like a normal tire where you can just put it up there and throw it on and turn it where you need. So a tip that was given to me by Matt, the guy I bought these from. If you're watching this, Matt, I'm still super jealous. And I hope you're enjoying what you're doing, even though it doesn't involve any snow. Put these things on one of these furniture moving dollies, and then you can roll and slide it into place. And then if we get up here, I'll move you guys in so you can see. There you can see. So there's 2 sets of holes here, 2 lug patterns. One fits the Cherokees and TJs, actually the YJ Jeeps as well. That's the 5 on 4.5 lug pattern. The other lug pattern is the 5 on 5 that fits the JKs, LJs, all the newer ones. So dual lug pattern, and lucky for me, my wife has a JK and I have the Cherokee. So these tracks will go on either one. But for now, we slide them up here, and if we need to rotate, we can roll the track back and forth on the furniture moving dolly, and then roll it back the other way. So that actually makes it fairly easy. And as you can see, the studs don't stick out that far. So we use an extended thread lug nut. Has the taper just like on anything else, and then it has this straight extended piece that goes, I'll show you on this one, inside the hole. So even though there's only this much thread sticking out, it's actually more than that once you push it back. It's really grabbing the thread way back inside there too, and plenty solid. So I'll get the rest of these put on. Okay, now to tighten these down, this big hub is in the way of getting on there with a straight shot on a socket. So I got these wobble impact sockets on a wobble extension. These are a Harbor Freight thing. Actually, you can get them really cheap and they work really well. So I'm going to tighten this down, and I will turn your guys' sound down so it doesn't blow your headphones out. Okay, now that we got them bolted on, we'll grab the torque wrench and torque these down to spec. Just kidding, I don't even know the last time we touched a torque wrench. We're just going to ram it tight with the impact gun and call it good. Now we're going to jack it up a little bit, pull the dolly out, set it on the ground, and do the grand reveal. Up you go. And I probably should get like one of the legit extensions for my jack instead of doing this, but you know what? It works. And that oil on the ground is not because this thing leaks or anything. I just serviced the differentials in the Dodge that you can see right there. And I spilled some, so get this out of here. Drop her to the ground. Let's go see what it looks like. Shouldn't have drove so far before I came back to get the camera. I didn't think that through. Well, no more waiting. Here it is. Here is the Jeep on tracks. First of all, I can confirm that it is most definitely lower geared. Second of all, I cannot wait for winter. Oh, and third of all, Matt also did tell me that this particular track needed to be retensioned before I did anything with it. And I got super excited and forgot, and when I went flying around the corner there, I jumped it over a set off these bogies, so I just gotta scoot that back over and tension it back up. Totally my fault, but man, does that look cool. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I cannot wait for the snow. There's been some good snow up on the mountains up high. Haven't got any calls for it yet. We've had nothing down low. Supposed to rain over the next few days, which means a whole lot of snow up on the mountains. Maybe that'll get things rolling, and then in the next somewhere within the next month we should get our first snow down low. And then as soon as Thanksgiving hits, the other thing that happens is Christmas tree season, where everyone goes out to get the Christmas trees the day after Thanksgiving out in the woods when you go cut them out yourself. And that always results in a whole lot of calls for people stuck in the snow, and now we're ready. So I screwed up. Remember I said I should get an actual extension for that jack instead of using those blocks? Well, I was trying to kick the track back over onto its rollers where it's supposed to be. As you can see, the jack is over there, the blocks are right there, and my foot is under there. I don't know how well you can see that, but doesn't feel good. I mean, luckily the tracks are less ground pressure than a tire, but they still got those cleats right there and right there. They're just right down in there. So my GoPro was within reach. Unfortunately, the pry bar is over there, and the breaker bar is over there, and my phone is on the bench charging way over there. I have this Bluetooth. I've tried 100 times to make it call my wife through voice thing because she's up at the house, but I got a hammer. I can try to like beat my foot off or something. That's an issue. Okay, update. I figured out how to make this thing call my wife through voice command. I've never used voice command on a Bluetooth before, but I finally figured it out. So my wife is on her way down here to the shop from the house, and she's gonna be super disappointed in me, but she can get the jack back under the diff and pick this thing up off my foot enough to slide it out. I tried sliding it out. I tried getting my shoe off. I tried using this little extension as a pry bar. It's just, it ain't working. So, oh, this turned out fun. Okay, a little more. Little more. All right. Okay. Are you disappointed?
Can't believe you.
Thank you. You can leave it now. I still got to work on this.
How can I leave you unattended now?
How many times you left me unattended here? I never had a problem before.
That's not true.
Like recently.
Okay, recently. Jeez.
So, I think I'm okay. My foot still kind of works.
Wanna go to the hospital?
No. It's fine. I just got to get this track back over on the rollers because I drove it without tightening it up and I knocked it off a little, so I was trying to knock it back on. Alright, well I'm good now, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, now that that's over, she's taking off to go pick up Riley. I got my phone, gonna put it in my pocket now so that it's here next time. And now I still have to get this track back over on the rollers. But I'm gonna do it carefully. Okay, so I just pulled my boot and sock off. I figured I better check on this, and those toes are a little swollen and a little on the red side already. It was sitting kind of right there, right at the base of my foot and on the toes, but that's the foot that's kind of half fake and doesn't work anyway, so previous accident, don't worry about it. Back to the tracks, and Barn Cat's here to check out tracks. I think she likes them. All right, we've got a mess in the shop, but we've got the tracks on the Jeep. But some lessons were learned. Most importantly, the track tension on this thing, the setup how you adjust it, sucks. It's terrible. It's a total pain. Lesson number 2, when you're working by yourself, doing something dumb, like stacking a Jeep on tracks on a whole bunch of blocks on a Harbor Freight jack, keep your phone in your pocket or somewhere close by so that you can call for help when you drop it on your leg. Lesson number 3, when you do drop your Jeep on tracks on your foot, call a friend, not your wife. Otherwise you're going to be in trouble. And I know I'm in trouble because she called me by my name. That's never a good thing. So that cat really likes some tracks. So Jeep is set up, ready to go, other than the whole radiator thing. But the plan is just to leave it on these tracks until April, end of April probably, when the snow dies off enough that we're not doing so many snow recoveries. I think we went all the way into May this past winter, still doing snow stuff. So we get a pretty good long run here. So these are just going to stay on. Really excited to try them out. So the mountains off over there have snow on them, and I'm just waiting for it to get a little lower. But anyway, that is it for this video. Everyone wanted to see the Jeep on the tracks, so there's the Jeep on the tracks. And this truck's got its new tires coming. Those tires can go on the Silver Dodge, and I can get its whole bed built. Got a million projects to do. But that's gonna be it for this video. So comment down below what you guys think. How's this gonna work? You think it's gonna do good, or you think I dropped the Jeep on my foot for nothing? I think it's gonna do good. Okay, that's it for this one. We will see you guys next time.